Now today I want to teach you how to do Amazing Grace. Let's get started. Okay, I know a lot of people like Amazing Grace and it's a beautiful song. So one thing we have to start with is actually the melody, right? So you can of course look at the score and play the melody, or watch somebody play and then you can copy that. Now I'm going to just play the melody first. So we're going to be doing C major again, okay? So we start on G. So it's a very simple melody, and with time you can really play it really well with the melody. So first of all, get the melody down and watch that part many times, or read the score and get the melody right. And then the next part is to actually put the chord. So again, with a simple song like this, usually 3 chords we do, right? So the first chord C, second chord F, the fourth chord in the key, and then the fifth chord G, right? 1, 4, and 5. So these 3 chords are staple basically in any song like this. Of course, we can always add some minor chords. So I think in this chord we can use A. So that's the 6th chord. I think we already talked about that in a few videos back. Right? You can use minor chord. So A minor is a pretty good one, the 6th. And then sometimes we can, of course, use the 2 and 3. I think in this song, A would be pretty good. So from the top, we start with C chord. A lot of the times we start with the first chord, the tonic chord. And then we go to F. Actually, in the whole thing, this whole phrase, you can really basically stay on C. But it would sound better if you go to the F. So C, because we have actually C and A, so that'd be better if we keep the F, go to F, and then go back to C now. The next part, C, and then when we go to G, we go G in the left hand too. Now here, we go back to C, and then go F, and then go back to C, C, and then we go G, and then go C. You can go C. I like to sometimes change up. So like, in that what song we did last time, the Silent Night, I can go F first before we go to the C, right? Kind of like the Amen chord sequence, the plagal cadence. So same thing, right? So you can go F to C, or just go straight to C. So now, what do we do with the chord? I mean, the first thing you can do actually, first thing you have to know is you don't start with the melody. The chord doesn't start with melody because it's an upbeat. Upbeat means that the first note is actually not on the first beat. It's actually a kind of offbeat, 1, 2, 3, 1. So it's actually starting on the 3rd beat. So that's why we don't put the chord in the 3rd beat. We actually want to put the chord on every 1st beat right now. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Okay, so you want to put the chord on the 1st beat. So that might be something you have to get used to, trying to figure out where I put the chord, right? If you have a score, write it down, put an arrow. That's kind of how I help with my student. Put an arrow there on the first, like every downbeat, right? So the arrow is where you put the chord, the left hand. So what do we do with the chord, right? First of all, you can just play, a lot of times you don't have to replay the whole chord, like all the 3 notes in the chord, you can just play a 5th. That's the easiest way to do it. Of course, if you don't want to move too far apart, like say from C, right, C to F, you can actually do this. So you can actually do a kind of an inversion, but at the beginning, again, is more complicated to think about, oh, I have to inversion, do it like differently. Just stay with the root position, so then you can find the root in the bass note immediately, because that's the chord note, right? C, go to F, and then you just keep the same distance, right? Don't move around your hands too much, keep the same, distance. Keep the same pattern is easiest, right? So then where do we put the minor chord, right? So these are all major. So I can go, because here I can do the A minor chord, for example, because we have C and E on the top, right? So we have C and E in A minor. So sometimes like C, right, I can do C, but sometimes we can replace it with the A minor, right? So that's the time that you can interchange the chords. Now, what do we do with the patterns other than just this, right? Again, you can do, right? So even though it's like, oh, I'm using the same patterns over and over, well, the point is actually to get used to a few simple patterns, right? That you can always fall onto. Like you don't have to always, oh, okay, what do I do next, right? So try to have a few patterns that you can use all the time, especially with slower song. I want to say not so fast song. Slower song, then you can always do this kind of rhythm. With faster song, you can do a kind of, right, a syncopated rhythm. That would be a good one. And then, like last time with the Jingle Bells, right? I mean, Jingle Bell you can go slow too, right? Right, you can go slow, but usually we want to go a little faster, right? Right, remember that, right? So you can do some kind of like a blues kind of rhythm in the faster song, but Amazing Grace and Silent Night, for example, I think we tend to go with a slower flow. So that's why we can rely on these kind of rhythm pattern like this, right? Okay, Amazing Grace. Alright, so stay with this, fifth and octave. Right, same pattern. Of course, you can do arpeggios, right? If you feel, oh, this is too complicated, stay with this, right? Or even this. And then you feel you're adventurous enough, after a while, you can move the melody up a little higher, right? Just get used to playing pattern first, right? The chords and the melody. Of course, you can also move up with the left hand. Sounds more peaceful and things like that. Or you want to be like more dramatic. So you can make it heavier, thicker texture with bigger, longer arpeggiation across the keyboard and play some chords in the right hand, right? According to what chords we've been using, that would be very helpful. So try that and see which version you like. So it's good to venture out a little bit of your comfort zone and try different things. But at the beginning, safe bet is staying in the same octave. But then also move up to one octave, already have a different sound effect.